The slaves that didn't go with her on those first couple rounds, it took a while before the emancipation was signed. Some of those were stuck on those plantations. And I believe in 2025, there is an economic plantation that we get so fixed on what we know and what we feel like we can do that we are not willing to say, hey, you've been there. Shatava, when you told me, look, I've been writing grants to companies for years, I made them tons of money. That's all I needed to hear. Like, okay, girl, what you need? What do you need? Because I'm not going to have opportunity and then miss it. And then the end of 2025, be mad talking about, Lord, it was supposed to be my year. A lot of times we blame stuff on God that has nothing to do with him. You were lazy. You didn't want to do the work. You didn't want to pivot. You didn't want to transition. You didn't want to step out. So that's not God's fault. You have to take action. And right now, the other thing I want to say, and I want you to hit this too. Okay. We believe that this is going to be here because I know they've slated $1 billion for Michigan, period. This grant by itself is 40-something million. But I would not be trusting and saying, I'm going to do it later. Even with me buying these two multifamilies that I'm putting a purchase agreement in. It's supposed to be today, but it looks like it'll be tomorrow. But anyway, in the back of my mind, I'm saying, hey, be prepared just in case, but I'm hoping I can get the grant. Don't sit there talking about you're going to do it in 4 months. You don't know if it's going to be there or not. I mean, we're hoping it is. They're saying it is, but nothing is guaranteed.
Exactly. And it's $40.8 million, but they're continuing to disperse, right? So the sooner you apply, the better. I will say last year, they opened the applications in April. Last year, let me get my dates right. April the 14th, they opened the applications and they stayed round one. So they've done it in rounds so far. People applying round one, they disperse for round one. They've opened it up now for round two. Round two will last for about 6 months. They'll disperse for 6 months. So those individuals that are applying in each of these rounds, they're dispersing as you're applying. Once round two ends, they'll start round three, but they would disperse until these funds are depleted. When are they depleted? They're not saying, okay, make sure you apply by April because the funds are going to be depleted. No, they will keep the applications open until funds are depleted. Applications are open right now. So that means funds are still available. So it's a good time to apply because it's still open.
So you have a batch, I believe, are going in later on this week.
Yes.
Which is our first batch.
Yes.
That we're saying, hey, okay, all aboard.
Let's go. Exactly.
You'll have another batch next week and another batch next week. But I'm like, for those of you that qualify, listen, if you got to call a friend, call whatever, but paying her this $3,600 is a complete Kmart, Walmart, Dollar Tree special altogether to get 100,000. Because I'm telling you right now, I talked to some grant people and they are charging more like in the area of 10 plus K, 10K plus. So, and there are a lot of grants too, Shatava, that you can get like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 25,000. You coming through here with $100,000 talking about $3,600, girl, who, what, where, why, huh?
Yes. And I'm writing a total of about 28 documents for you. Very detailed, very, when you'll see when we have the call, I ask you very detailed questions so that I can align your grant to exactly where it needs to be to get you through those qualification stages. So it's a total of about 25 documents that I'll be writing for you.
Okay, that's really good. All right, questions. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. This was really, really, really good. Tell me any questions that you guys may have. So again, if you own a property in the city of Detroit or anywhere in Michigan, Farmington Hills, Roseville, St. Clair Shores, the list goes, Taylor, Canton, it doesn't matter, Novi, Farmington Hills, Bloomfield, West Bloomfield, Pontiac, Flint, anywhere in Michigan, you are eligible for $100,000 grant as long as you own the property and it's not occupied by anyone. Okay. The process, I think, takes about, you said 4 to 5 months or
Yeah,
so.
it takes about 5 months.
Yeah. Okay. For them
Yes.
before they start dispersing.
Exactly.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And I believe last time you checked, there was only 9 people of color that.
Round 1, 9.
Ooh, child.
It was very depressing. Although I was very happy, to be a recipient, but to understand just the disproportion of the numbers of the people of color, we're not even applying. We're missing the boat. Okay, it's like everybody else is on the boat, and I'm just looking around like, hey, where are we at?
Which is why we're on this live. Somebody said, how long do you need to have owned the property? You could have bought it yesterday.
You could have bought it yesterday.
Now, Miracle said, if she goes in this batch, when can she expect her approval? Because I think there are a couple phases.
Yes, it's about 3 phases. So let me go through my timeline so I can give you guys an understanding of how long it took mine. So I applied last year, April the 12th. I received my first notification on June the 16th that I received my notification that they are reviewing my grant, right? I didn't receive final notification that my grant was approved until August the 24th. So that's April the 12th through August the 24th. That was my grant process. So when you first submit documents, it's going to be about 15 documents that we're going to submit with your initial application. Now, when they come back, remember I told you they came back 2 months later and said, hey, we're reviewing your application. We need these additional documents for you, which is what I'm preparing for you. So I'm already prepared for when they come back to you and say, we need these additional documents. I've already done the work for you. So when they need those additional documents, you're going to send them right away. You're not going to wait. You're going to send them right away. And then after that, you'll get the notification that the funds have been reserved for you.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay. So April to August, which it could be a little faster too as well. And you give them your ACH, your routing and account number, and then it'll just come directly into your account. Yeah, that's super. Okay, somebody says, if you own 4 single families, can you receive a grant for all properties? Yes.
Yes.
Every door gets $100,000.
Yes.
Every door. That part. I'm like, please let it sink in.
I'm doing this particular grant on a 4-unit now. And when I tell you, I mean, we all know in renovating these homes in Detroit, like you can pretty much blow on them and the windows will fall off. So you need everything done to the house. I need new windows, new roof, new drywall, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all of that. We're doing a complete renovation of this home. So thank God for these funds because I'm able to not have to come out of pocket myself and do it completely on this funding.
Yeah, so she'll have to do it'll be $3,600 per door because it's going to have its own separate situation.
Yeah.
Will you provide a checklist so we can get the documents together? Yeah, absolutely, yes. Robin. Hey, girl. So what'll happen is you will get a link to schedule a call with her. Yes, Juliet, because I was about to call you like, don't make me run up to Jersey real fast. You better get this money. But yeah, so what'll happen, Robin, is she'll set up a Zoom with you. And then after that, we're not putting the Zoom link on here. Okay, Fantia, hey girl. Okay, so she's scheduled for Thursday.